And hello everybody, welcome back to RFC News, here for the match reaction as Rangers beat Celtic 3-2 at Parkhead. What a performance, but first I want to say an apology. I think it's well in order. I mean, when we announced Barry Ferguson as the manager, I said that I didn't think it was a good appointment. I didn't think that he would beat Jose Mourinho, and I didn't think that we would beat Fenerbahce. And I didn't see this coming at all in terms of the Old Firm victory. So I'm putting the apology out there, and I'm quite rightly eating some humble pie, and gladly so. I love Barry Ferguson, and I'm glad that it's working out so well. And two huge results for this football club in the space of a week. Rangers have beaten Celtic at Parkhead 3-2. That's not happened in a long time in terms of getting an away victory at Celtic Park. And of course, we did a lot during the sort of COVID period with no supporters, and there's been no supporters at these games. So I'm probably thinking 2019 was probably the last time we did it under Steven Gerrard, with supporters in the building as well. So I'm super happy, a big victory, and we've needed this victory for a very long time in terms of at Parkhead. And what's going to frustrate you, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're 2-1 up on Old Firm derbies, on Old Firm victory, on Old Firm matches this season. But we're so far behind within the league. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? It just makes you wonder that actually it isn't Celtic that has been the problem whatsoever. It's just been the other lot in the league that we've struggled against. But you know, what could have been. But look, we're moving forward. We're looking in the future, and what a week it has been for this football club. Progressed to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, beating the mastermind behind European competitions, that being Jose Mourinho, and now coming to Celtic Park against this best Celtic team ever in the world that they all adore and applaud, and beating them on their own patch. And at the first time of asking from Barry Ferguson. Fantastic. I mean, it's everything. These performances are absolutely everything that we've missed from Rangers teams in the past, especially in these derbies, especially when we've come to Celtic Park. We've never rose to the occasion. We've never had the mentality to do it. But whatever Barry Ferguson and the coaching team have done over the last couple of weeks has been huge. It's been really huge. He's brought a mentality back to these players, and they've got confidence. The way that we're playing also is a joy to watch. Certainly playing with the handbrake off, and yeah, absolutely buzzing with this victory. And we'll speak about the game a little bit, guys. But if you want, please do get involved in the live chat. We are live now. We're taking your comments up on the screen a little bit later on, so do get involved in the live chat. I see some people pouring in, so do let me know what your thoughts are from that game and Barry Ferguson in general. Who was your man of the match? As I said, just let us know in the live chat. So yeah, I mean, the game, the first half was perfect. The first half was genuinely perfect. I mean, getting a goal within the opening 5 minutes. Nico Raskan with the header. I mean, the smallest guy on the pitch, but a fantastic finish and a really good goal. And how we suddenly started scoring from corners now. It's amazing. It's amazing to see how we've had so many coaches, 3 coaches, and we've never been able to score from corners. But Barry's come in through the door, and we've been able to score corners in Istanbul and now here at Parkhead as well. So that's a positive. You know, we can actually use corners to our advantage to score goals, which is really good. Makes a change. But Nico Raskan, fantastic opener, and that's the perfect start you want in these derbies. Really silence their crowd, and then we go and make it even better. We go get a second goal and make it 2-0, and we're cruising, absolutely cruising in that first half, and we probably could have had more goals. And to be fair, Jack Butland pulled off some fantastic saves. We've been critical of Jack Butland under the Philippe Clement regime, but again, Fenerbahce performances, this performance again today, especially in that first half, fantastic display from Jack Butland, and we go into the half-time break comfortable in the lead. However, of course, it's not the Rangers thing to do and make things easy, and we come out in the second half, and of course we didn't look like the same team as such. We just set off a little bit more. We weren't as attacking minded. We weren't as ruthless as we were in the first half, and ultimately we give a goal back and in the opening sort of 5 minutes of that second half, and then the equaliser comes, and then that's when your heart starts to sink a little bit. You're like, oh my god, is it going to be one of those days where we just bottled a 2-goal lead? The Celtic crowd are right up for it, and I'm just thinking, I've seen this playbook play out so many times. We're going to end up losing this. I genuinely thought that at that time. However, Hamza Egerman comes up with one of the greatest goals, greatest finishes I've seen so far this season. An absolute spectacular finish in an Old Firm match, and a great way to end his barren run that has been a bit of a goal drought as of late, and getting us the winner with the final few minutes of the game to go to see us win 3-2 at Celtic Park. So an absolutely bit of a roller coaster, but fantastic game. And it's good to actually see, Rangers players actually compete, From a while now, as Rangers fans, we've just wanted a team that actually is capable of going out onto the pitch and trying their best. Of course, we demand our players to win, but we've had players, we've had teams, we've had managers, and we've had performances in these derbies that just haven't warranted not even trying their best. They've quite frankly been a disgrace in some of the games that we've seen over the last few years since Steven Gerrard left. So Barry Ferguson, the coaching team, Neil McCann, all of these guys, Alan McGregor, Billy Dodds have all nailed this mentality into these players in such a short space of time, which is clear to see. And it's a success. It's working really, really well. And again, a victory like that, not to mention we played 120 minutes midweek away from home at Celtic Park, which has been a bit of a bad place for us. Fantastic. That's all you want to see, and we win the game. I will say though, I don't want to take the joy away from people's weekends. Enjoy your weekend. It's a great victory and whatnot, but it doesn't mean anything. It's obviously the derby, of course. It means everything to a victory and to win matches. Of course, it does. But ultimately, if you're looking at the reflection of the league table, it doesn't really mean anything. And I've questioned sometimes the last two seasons when we've had Old Firm wins. You think of the one with Michael Beale at the back end of the 22-23 season. You also look at the 3-0 earlier on in the season. We've got Rangers teams that do have performed and been able to get wins in Old Firm games. But when it means nothing, we've seen it when the pressure's off. So we do need to start seeing these performances when it means something. When it means something, whether it be at the start of a season, whether we're going for a title, whether it's neck and neck in terms of the title race, the cup finals and all of these kind of things, we need to see this. We actually need to see these performances. And again, I don't want to take the shine away from it. It's not Barry's problem. In terms of what's happening, he can only do what he's doing. None of that, what he's inherited, is his problem. He's done a very, very good job. But I'm just talking about the players. We've seen it a couple of times where when the pressure's off, we deliver the goods sometimes. So again, I just want to reaffirm, yes, it's a great win, but ultimately we're Rangers fans. We're meant to be competing for silverware, and ultimately we need to be making sure that we're in there going forward. But Barry, that's none of Barry's problem. Fantastic performance and a big win for Rangers. I'm absolutely buzzing with that. And we move on to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Again, I didn't get to do a match reaction, unfortunately, for that game. It was super. I was travelling all day, but did watch the game. I just absolutely knackered. It was about 6 a.m. Had been up all night, and I couldn't do a live stream. It would have just been a disaster. So what a week to be a Rangers man. I'm also going to shout out Cherney as well. I love Cherney. I love what he's all about, Cherney. We need to sign him. I've seen a few faceless X accounts or whatever say no, don't buy him. Sharp. Buy Cherney. We've got billionaire owners coming in the summer. Buy Cherney. He's a great player, and everything that we do attacking wise comes through him. And I don't want to see a third lone player that I fall in love with go on to Pastors New. We need to make sure that boy is signing permanently in the summer. He absolutely needs must. Now, I'm sure a lot of questions are going to be raised in the comments, and you're going to be going, Dan, should we get Barry Ferguson as our manager? Now, listen, as I said earlier on, I love Barry. I love what Barry's doing, and actually, he's exceeded my expectations, genuinely exceeded my expectations. If you told me that we win a game away from home at Parkhead, we go through against Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce into the quarterfinals of the Europa League, I think, wow, what a job. What a job he's done. Now, for me, I think we've been down this before. As I said, with no pressure, Michael Beale had that situation where he did really well, and of course, then it turned into a bit of disaster. I do think we need a proper manager, in terms of a proper manager. But I think Barry Ferguson definitely needs to be a part of the coaching team. Whether that's assistant manager, whether that's a coaching role, some of this coaching team needs to be a part of it. Because whatever he's rubbing off, he's one of us. He's a captain, former captain, and he knows what it's all about. And he's instilled a mentality, and it's clear to see that in these players, and these players are starting to really play for him. So, I still stand by it. I do think we need a proper manager. But I do think Barry Ferguson and this coaching team needs to be a part of the coaching team going forward. And hopefully we'll start to see that going forward as well. Again, if we get to the Europa League final, maybe you ask me again, then of course it might change. But so far, definitely he's got a job next season in some sort of capacity, in my opinion, but not quite manager just yet. I don't want to, get too crazy and get too emotional. We need to be making sure we have those appointments. But anyway, guys, enough of me rambling on. Let's get into the live chat, ladies and gentlemen. Get your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Let's take some comments from all of you guys. Sandra Scott has said, "We are the boys in blue." Jake Walsh says, "Yes, we are simply the best. We are the people." Barry and the staff deserve massive credit. Celtic FC, 2 clubs since 1888. I think it's a Rangers fan. Dean says, so happy. Good to see there as well. Billy Spires says, "Bro, no harm. Every old firm means something. Wise. We won 3-2 against our biggest rival. Stop grimming and enjoy the win." Absolutely. I'm enjoying the win, guys. I said that. I've been saying it the whole live stream. But it's also important, we are Rangers fans. There's guys and girls that'll be older than me that know what the football club means at the end of the day. Yes, beating Celtic is always glorious. But at the end of the day, you still want to be competing for titles and doing it when it means something as well. Not to say that winning an Old Firm game means nothing. I'm just saying, you know what I mean in terms of the silverware and the outlook of the table. But guys, enjoy it. It's been absolutely amazing. Adrian Duncan says, "What a week. Happy days." Bomb says, "Jose Mourinho wants the job. Did you see him lusting after our changing room?" I hope he wants the job. He certainly seemed like he liked the football club a bit as well. So, yeah. Maniac says, "Couldn't watch it. We are the people." Yes, mate. It's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. It was a good game. And to be honest, I didn't know what I was expecting. 120 minutes. We played during the week. Celtic Park's not been a great hunting ground for us. So I wasn't knowing what I was really expecting. I didn't think we were going to lose. I just didn't think Barry Ferguson's mentality on this team would allow us to lose. And I don't think Celtic are that great, by the way, funnily enough. And I don't want to make this about Celtic, by the way, because we were fantastic. But I don't think there's much between the two. We just can't kick our ass against the other teams within the league in terms of Kilmarnocks and St Mirrens and stuff like that. We're 2-1 up on Old Firm victories. I know it doesn't mean anything in terms of the league standards, but that just shows where we're at. We're not there. We're not where we are. We're not 10 points. I don't even know what the points are. Is it 13 or whatever it is? We're not that far behind due to Celtic. They ain't the problem. The League Cup went to penalties. It's not that them. They're not that great. It's simply, we just couldn't kick our ass against the other teams in the division, which is so frustrating when you come to, when the prizes are going to be handed out, like now. Andrew says, "A club legend who gets what the club traditions are away. He's the gaffer." Mate, I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing about it. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm happy for Barry. I'm absolutely buzzing for Barry, and that's what it's all about. Again, living the dream, certainly, and he's had a proper whirlwind of the week, but I'm greedy, and I want more. I want us to go and beat Atletico Bilbao now, and get to the Europa League, and have another sunny Spanish trip. One of the best experiences of my life, going to that Europa League final in Seville, apart from the result, obviously, but being out there was absolutely fantastic. And I would love another Spanish final once again. What do you judge as a proper manager? It's a result business, and Barry deserves the job. Okay. I would say it's still early to say. Certainly. Again, there's definitely a conversation to be had. Let's not go with that. But remember when Michael Beale came in, right? He had the best win percentage, and I still think he has the best win percentage of any Rangers manager. And when the pressure was off, in terms of when there was no prizes there, we did absolutely well. We did amazing. We did fantastic. I think we went on a massive run. And then come the start of the season, we snanked the place out. So I don't think it's necessarily just making emotional decisions. Not to say Barry shouldn't be in the running for it. This is too early to say. We can have this conversation 2 months' time or 3 months' time. We can have this conversation again, right? And see what happens then. But it's not about being emotional making decisions. It's about finding the right man for the job. And some would say that is Barry Ferguson right now. And for me, still too early. It's been, 5 games? Let's just calm the horses a little bit and wait to see what happens within time. But don't take anything away from what Barry's done. He's been absolutely fantastic. Aldo makes a great point. Under Clement, we would never go 2-0 up, never mind a win at Parkhead. Exactly. No, exactly. It's different. It's different level of stuff. In terms of the way that we're playing, his crap is the way that he plays, Clement, is just fucking terrible. He has a philosophy. I mean, Jose Mourinho dug him out about it. Said, he's got a philosophy of this and this, that. He's mocking him, essentially. And, yeah, I just... For me, Clement was boring. We can't have that crap within the Scottish division because it doesn't work against the Scottish teams. At least what Barry's done is no, let's go and play against these teams. We're better than them. Let's go man for man. Let's play against them and attack and stop freaking being so pragmatic and playing with philosophies. I like the thing about Barry. He's changing things. He's sitting in the second half. He was changing the formations around when we let that goal in, and he got something out of it in the end. So yeah, fair play to him. Wacko says, could be a turning point for us. 2 Old Firm wins in a row and happens to be Barry's first Old Firm managed and won it. Exactly. And do you know who the last person was who won their first Old Firm game at Parkhead? The great Walter Smith. So not a bad little run there for Barry Ferguson. Egerman is the man. Yes, seeing a lot of that. Of course, Egerman, what a way to end his goal drought. Been fantastic. Seen a lot of rumours this week about 10 million quid this, 10 million quid that. Still too raw. We should be selling him in the summer. Should be allowing him to develop. He's definitely an unbelievable player. And let's see what happens. Bomb says, was a bit worried Barry was getting a bit too wound up, but the subs were a good choice. No, exactly. He made a treble change, and that certainly made a bit of an impact. It certainly did make an impact within the game. So, let's see what happens. Maniac says Neil McCann has a lot to do with the victory. Possibly, definitely. I mean, I think the whole coaching team takes a lot of praise for it. I think they've been really, really good since they've come into the football club, and it's been absolutely fantastic to see. But yeah. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your Sunday. What a beautiful Sunday. Cue the tunes. But guys, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like.